Hey there, welcome to Dawn Catalyst. I'm excited you're joining me today as we dive into something that can truly transform your daily life: effective habit tracking. Whether you're looking to exercise more consistently, read daily, or finally master that musical instrument collecting dust in the corner, the key to sustainable change lies not just in motivation, but in tracking your progress. Have you ever started a new habit with incredible enthusiasm, only to find yourself back at square one 2 weeks later? Trust me, you're not alone. Today, we're going to break down exactly how to track habits in a way that sticks. Before we dive deeper, if this is your first time here at Dawn Catalyst, we focus on practical strategies for personal growth that you can implement right away. Every single day, we cover a new topic designed to help you become your best self, from productivity hacks to mindfulness techniques, financial wisdom to relationship building. If you're enjoying this content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's completely free, and you'll get daily actionable insights delivered straight to your feed. Plus, our community in the comments section is incredibly supportive and full of people on similar journeys. All right, enough about that. Let's get back to transforming your habits through effective tracking. So, why does tracking habits actually work? The science is pretty fascinating. When you track a habit, three powerful psychological principles come into play. First, there's the measurement principle. The simple act of measuring something tends to improve it. This is sometimes called the Hawthorne effect. When you're aware that you're monitoring a behavior, you naturally pay more attention to it. Second is visual progress. Our brains love to see patterns and progress. Think about how satisfying it feels to check items off a to-do list or to see a chain of X's on a calendar representing days you've stuck with your habit. And third, tracking prevents what I call habit amnesia. Ever found yourself thinking, I'm pretty sure I've been drinking enough water, or I think I've been exercising regularly, only to realize when you actually count that it's been less consistent than you thought? Tracking eliminates that guesswork. Can you think of something you feel like you do regularly, but if you tracked it, the numbers might tell a different story? Maybe it's how often you call your parents, how many vegetables you eat, or how frequently you actually floss. Take a moment to consider what that might be for you. Let's talk about the most effective methods for tracking habits. There isn't a one-size-fits-all approach, so I'll cover several options that work for different personality types and lifestyles. First, we have the classic paper methods. The habit tracker in a bullet journal or planner. The Jerry Seinfeld "Don't Break the Chain" calendar method. Habit stacking worksheets. For the digital enthusiasts among us, dedicated habit tracking apps like Habitica, Streaks, or Habitbull. Note-taking apps with habit tracking templates. Spreadsheets, my personal favorite for the data visualization. But here's what most habit gurus won't tell you. The best tracking method is the one you'll actually use consistently. I've seen people transform their lives with nothing more than a sticky note and a pen. For example, my friend Sarah tried 3 different habit tracking apps but found herself forgetting to open them. What finally worked? A simple index card taped to her bathroom mirror where she marks her habits while brushing her teeth. Sometimes the low-tech solution is the most effective. What about you? Are you more drawn to digital solutions, or do you prefer the tangible satisfaction of pen and paper? Consider your lifestyle and what you're most likely to stick with. Now, let's address the mistakes that can derail even the most well-intentioned habit trackers. The first big mistake is tracking too many habits at once. I see this all the time. Someone decides to transform their life overnight and starts tracking 10 new habits simultaneously. By day 3, they're overwhelmed and abandon the whole system. Research suggests that focusing on just 1-3 habits at a time dramatically increases your chances of success. Another mistake is choosing the wrong metrics. Let's say you want to become a better writer. Tracking "write daily" might be too vague, while tracking "write 1,000 words daily" might be too rigid. A better metric might be "write for 20 minutes daily," which focuses on the process rather than the outcome. The third common mistake is making habit tracking itself too complicated. If you need to log into 3 different apps, fill out an elaborate spreadsheet, and perform complex calculations just to track your morning meditation, you're setting yourself up for failure. Have you ever found yourself abandoning a tracking system because it became too burdensome? Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection in your tracking methods. Understanding the psychology behind habit tracking can make your efforts much more successful. First, recognize the power of small wins. Your brain releases dopamine, the feel good neurotransmitter, when you record a completed habit. This creates a positive feedback loop that reinforces the behavior. That's why checking off a box or seeing a completed streak feels so satisfying. Second, use visual cues to your advantage. Place your habit tracker somewhere you'll see it multiple times a day. This serves as both a reminder and an accountability tool. Third, implement the never miss twice rule. Life happens, you'll occasionally miss a day of your habit. The key is not letting one missed day turn into two. If you miss a day, just start again the next day without beating yourself up about it. For example, think about brushing your teeth. If you forgot to brush one morning, would you say, well, I've ruined my dental hygiene, might as well stop brushing completely? Of course not. You just brush the next time and move on. Apply that same thinking to your other habits. Let me share a few success stories from our community that illustrate these principles in action. Miguel wanted to develop a daily reading habit but struggled with consistency. He started tracking his reading time in 5-minute increments. Initially, he often logged just 5 or 10 minutes, but seeing those small wins motivated him. 6 months later, he's reading 30-45 minutes daily and has finished more books in half a year than in the previous 3 years combined. Then there's Aisha, who used habit tracking to establish a regular exercise routine. Rather than tracking workout complete, she tracked put on workout clothes and show up for 5 minutes. This lower barrier made starting easier, and once she started, she usually completed the full workout. The brilliance was in what she chose to track, the beginning of the behavior chain, not the entire workout. My own experience involves tracking my water intake. I kept a simple tally on a sticky note at my desk. After 2 months, I no longer needed the tracker because drinking enough water had become automatic. This illustrates an important point. Sometimes the goal of habit tracking is to make the behavior so ingrained that you no longer need to track it. What habit might benefit from this kind of intentional tracking in your life? Is there something you've been wanting to do consistently, but haven't found the right system for yet? As we wrap up today's discussion on habit tracking, remember that the ultimate goal isn't perfect tracking. It's progress in the habits that matter to you. Start small with just one habit you want to establish. Choose a tracking method that feels natural and accessible for your lifestyle. And most importantly, be kind to yourself in the process. Habit change is a marathon, not a sprint. In tomorrow's episode, we'll be discussing how to design your environment to make good habits inevitable and bad habits impossible. The perfect companion to today's tracking strategies. Until then, this is Dawn Catalyst, helping you become the architect of your daily habits and, ultimately, your life. If you found value in today's topic, please hit that subscribe button and share this video with someone who might benefit. Your growth journey continues tomorrow.